Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, the place where we make fun of the morons we see out here on the road, a bit like the driver of this BMW, aka Brainless Mental Wonder, who looks like he's so dense he couldn't hold water in a bucket. Or this idiot in the silver Golf, who's definitely absconded from the village where he lives, with his real blunt tool thinking capacity, demonstrating exactly why it's never a good idea to be homeschooled by a pigeon. Now, it's fair to say there are certain brands of German vehicles that do attract a very specific type of driver. You all know the type, we watch loads of them on here. Bit like that real inkless pen displaying encyclopedic levels of stupidity. Yeah, for those sorts of drivers, it's basically a free-for-all out there. Look, there goes another one. Same car, same colour, same mealworm level of intelligence. He don't sit in traffic queues, goodness me, no, he's too good for that. That driver right there is literally a pubic hair on the soap bar of life. Here we go, two wrongs don't make a right. Give way line, this driver don't stop. Van coming towards him, he don't stop, he just drives straight into him. And then of course after any accident you immediately have to switch on your blue interior blame deflection light. Seriously, there was zero reason for that accident to happen. Well, apart from the fact the pair of them are suffering from necrosis of the brain. As we can see, we're behind a very nice red Scirocco or Scirocco, however you want to say it. And notice how he negotiates that left turn with no problem whatsoever. And you'll also notice the way he negotiates driving on the wrong side of the road with no problem whatsoever. He can never work out why his mates always got boats to play with in their bath. All his parents ever gave him was an extension lead and an electric radio. Have a look at this non-reading blank page intellectual. Just pulls off the hard shoulder and then sits there at about 30-35 mile an hour on the motorway. Yeah, I know it's the slip road, but he's going to be joining the motorway anyway. Who does that? Who does this sort of thing? Muppets like this are the reason that people are emigrating from the UK. Look at him, he's a taxi driver, he's all over the place. He's displaying the navigational and directional abilities of a spider being washed down a plug hole. To be fair, you don't really need to insult cretins like that, do you? Nah, nature's done that job for us. So we've had a couple of drivers of white Mercedes driving like dunces. Now it's time for the driver of this white BMW to show us what it's really all about. But hold up a minute, he's using his indicator. What's that all about? I know what's happening here. This is just a ruse to get people into a false sense of security before showing his true colours. It's definitely all plough and no horse, that one. Okay, so we've had the white Mercedes, we've had the white BMWs. Now it's time for the white Range Rover. And this one in particular has given us a perfect demonstration of how you join a motorway when you've got the mental capacity of a freshwater mollusk. Yeah, that's an unusual sight, isn't it, to see an Amazon van unadorned with the usual plethora of scrapes and dents in the side. But I spoke too soon, as Cupcake just reverses straight into that gatepost, totally rearranging the aesthetics of the front near side of that van and rearranging the angle of the gatepost. That right there is the human equivalent of the ends of a loaf of bread. He's working at Amazon because he got the sack from his last job on the first day at work. Yeah, he was a window cleaner. He turned up with a bucket and a rope ladder. Now, when you're not sure of the height of your trailer, you've got two choices, really. Stop, get out and have a look. Or two, just say sod it and drive straight into the bridge. That was clever, wasn't it? IQ's on vacation, intelligence is on sick leave. Okay, so everyone with a modicum of intelligence knows how roundabouts work, don't they? But when your brain is as pointless as the letter E in the word B, you probably don't even know what your name is, let alone how a roundabout works. Now, even if you do know how a roundabout works, if you drive a forklift and you still haven't grasped the fundamentals of physics, balance and gravity, the only thing you will be grasping is your jacket and your P45 as you walk out the office and head to the job centre. And just like roundabouts, traffic lights are another thing which should be pretty easy to comprehend. But when your brain functions on a one-setting decision-making ability and you're thicker than 10 yards of dirt road, then of course a red light means keep going and enjoy being serenaded by car horns. In all fairness, it was a foreigner, so he's probably just copying everyone else he's seen over here. Anyone recognise where that number plate's from? Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm giving away a brand new Nextbase Dashcam and Nextbase micro SD card, absolutely free. So stay tuned till the end and I'll tell you how to enter the free draw. Oh, and do me a favour, just hit that little like and subscribe button down below if you ain't done it already. Thank you. Now, it's really annoying and frustrating when people block your drive and you can't park in front of your house. But when you drive a BMW, parked cars and a metal fence are just an inconvenience at best and nothing can stop you parking on your drive. It may come as an absolutely massive shock to everybody, but prior to this happening, they had actually been racing. What that mug's got between his ears is so tiny and minuscule, if you call him a pea brain, you're actually giving him an unintentional compliment. And here's another paper badge thinker in a BMW. The car in front of him stops to let the oncoming vehicle come through the gap. So what's he do? Just plough straight through, of course. These drivers are so mentally challenged, when their kids do something wrong, I bet they call them a dumb son of a bitch. Here's another BMW driving empty drawer philosopher who doesn't know how to park in a parking space. Newer model maybe, but basically it's same paint, different brush. Now negotiating a roundabout should never be a source of anxiety. But the trouble is, when there's drivers out there whose brains are as pointless and as useless as a gift voucher for Linda McCartney plant-based sausages, no wonder more and more drivers are seeking medication from their doctors every day. Never ceases to amaze me the amount of drivers who drive around with their head up their arses. Have a look, just pull straight out, didn't even look. Seriously, how do you not check both ways before you pull out? And now it's time for this week's Darwin Award nominee. That driver who's obviously more inbred than Nutella just goes straight into the side of the car. And as you'll see shortly, the backwards inbred who was speeding like that and caused that accident is actually a woman. Now I'm fearful for the future and development of any child that has to call that mum. That low capacity, inanimate object what was driving that car wasn't born, she was defrosted. Ah yes, wildlife, nature, beautiful scenery and a dickhead in a pickup truck who's as thick as a dead frog. I bet he's a bit chilly up top because it's fair to say his pilot light's definitely blown out. There's a lot of people not using the bus lane and the only reason for that is they're not reading the sign. And that minibus driver who's one nut away from being a full squirrel definitely ain't reading the road. And in case you missed it, there's a bus lane sign and there's a time on the dash cam. Have a look at this, see what you reckon. He's either falling asleep, playing with his phone or under the influence or all of the above. Look at that. Never mind about half-wit, he'd be outwitted by a bag of marshmallows. Here we go, another roundabout, aka the merry-go-round of confusion. And there's a very confused driver displaying the mental agility and intelligence of an overripe grapefruit. Now we all know a lot of white van drivers get a really bad rap. And when they drive like this, dry, well-wired deer sauce, it's absolutely no surprise at all. Just pull straight to the right there without even looking at his mirrors once. In fact, I think it's fair to say the only time he's going to use his mirrors is to reflect on all his bad life choices and his reluctancy to take part in the education system when he was younger. Okay, so we're not paying attention to the car what's in front. There's another car in front of that. That's the one we're paying attention to. What this wrong tool problem solver does, he actually accomplishes a feat of engineering in 5 seconds. He turns an exit slip road into a joining slip road. That crayon eater there couldn't find his couch in his living room. So if a wheelchair user or a mother with a pram comes down here, what are they meant to do? Now midwives, please take note, when you're using forceps to deliver a baby, please don't use too much pressure because this is the end result a few decades down the line. Okay, now as we can see on the road it says inner ring. Well, that's not referring to any directions or anything, it's referring to this next driver you're about to see and where his brain is. It's inside his inner ring piece. I could be wrong, it looks like he's got a P plate or an L plate on the back. I wonder who ties his shoelaces in the morning. Well, that's it for this one, everybody. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. I put a playlist there on the right if you want to watch any more of my videos. A special thank you to everyone who sent in clips. Now, to enter the free draw for the brand new Dashcam, all you got to do is be subscribed, which you should be anyway. Then just go down in the description box below this video, scroll down till you see Dashcam free prize draw. All the details and information where you've got to email there. It's absolutely free. There's no tricks or anything. And you'll also be put on my viewer list. So if I get deleted or my channel gets taken down, I'll be able to let you know where I am. So good luck. Have a good weekend and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.